Lollapalooza Day 4, backstage in Grant Park. Brian Phillips with the Happy Fits.
Thanks for having us.
Welcome, guys. I like that you said that in unison, too.
We were a little surprised by ourselves.
We like to finish each other's sentences.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Let's do that the whole time here. Okay. I like that you've been enjoying Chicago. I've been following you on Instagram. Yet, other than your performances, you played Shubas and your set today here. You did the touristy stuff.
Yes, we did.
Talk
Yes.
about you embraced Chicago.
Yes, we did. Skydeck was so nice to us over at Willis Tower / Sears Tower.
Sears Tower.
They gave us like the whole tour, let us skip all the lines, and then we did like the glass ledge at the top. I was scared.
I was also scared.
Yeah.
I have a fear of heights, but it looked fake, so it wasn't as scary because it was just like, this is probably an LED screen or something.
Yeah.
But it was really cool. We also did a boat tour and got to our guide was talking about all the architecture and history, and it's really incredible.
We learned all about the three blind meese.
Yes, and the fire and everything, and it's just, this lady was so impressive. She just talked for an hour and a half straight, and I was like, I don't know how you do that. It's very impressive.
Yeah, the architecture tour is anytime I have friends visiting from out of town, we always do that. And it's interesting to take it now because there's been buildings built in 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
So you always learn something new about the great city. So I'm glad you guys did that.
Yeah.
And the sky deck can be a little you take it slow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But you get the picture. It's all about the picture for Instagram.
When they were taking the picture of us too, the guy was like, okay, back up all the way to the wall, and we were all like, are you sure that can happen? But it was great.
And how was the show at Shuba's, which is a great room?
It was a blast. We've never played Shuba's. We usually we're doing Beat Kitchen or Subterranean, and then we played the Metro, but never got around to playing there, and it was amazing. It was really fun. It felt like a house show. It was really hot, but everyone was going nuts, and it was a blast.
Yeah, it's a really cool room. Tell us about the origin story. A couple of years ago, you're based in New Jersey, right? I lived in New Jersey as well.
Yeah, we all went to the same high school, basically, and we all had a dream to be in a rock and roll band. So the summer before going off to college, we just recorded an EP with as a graduation gift from our parents. Released it for our friends and family on Spotify, and then started taking off. So we just decided to drop out of school in 2017 and just kind of Googled our way into finding shows, finding other bands to play with, finding management. Yeah.
How do I book shows?
Was there any, what was the reaction of your parents when you said, you know what, no more school?
My dad laughed in my face. Everything's good now, but everything's...
My parents, I was already going to school for music, so they're like, great, now we don't have to pay for it, and you can just go do it. So they were pretty supportive of it, and they loved the music too, so they were really about it, which was great.
And then during COVID, everyone had to stop and pause and kind of reassess, and you guys... obviously canceled that tour of 2020, but then started doing what a lot of people do. They connect with their fans, and the YouTube series, you were putting stuff out weekly.
Yeah.
Talk about some of the things that you were doing and the reactions you were getting from fans.
Yeah, so I actually moved into our old rehearsal space and then turned it into a big live streaming studio. So we had a 3-camera, or it was actually 4 cameras at one point, multicam setup. We had 2 different mixers going so that we could be sending out mastered audio to a live YouTube audience. And it just kept us really in touch with our audience throughout the whole pandemic. They kept us company, we kept them company. And once we started touring again in 2021, it was so cool to see people in real life again, that we'd been reading their comments for a year and a half.
They'd be
at
like,
that
my
point.
username was this, and we'd be like, oh, we know you. It was also great because a lot of our international fans really never got to, it was rare. They would not really see many live recordings. It was more of they'd see interviews and stuff or a live session, but we got to play a weekly concert for fans all over the world. So there was a lot of Spain, Brazil,
Malaysia.
Europe. Yeah, I mean it was really fascinating and neat. A lot of people, I guess there wasn't really a sleep schedule then too, so they'd be like, it's 3 a.m. here. But it was awesome, yeah.
You're doing things that the clock didn't matter for that year or so.
Yeah,
when everybody was home.
Yeah.
Do you remember the first time you're performing and you hear the audience sing back a song? Do you have that moment in your head?
Yeah, Salt Lake City, Kilby Court. It was a Monday night on our first tour ever in May 2017, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were 5-6 shows in, and that's when we realized you can't just become a band overnight. People don't really know who you are. So we roll up to Salt Lake and we're it's Monday night in Salt Lake City. Who's gonna come out? And 30 kids did, which at the time meant the world to us. And they were singing all of our songs, which was
screaming it.
Yeah.
It felt like there was more people there. And then looking back, it's it wasn't a ton, but it was, they all brought the energy, and it like was such a motivator. I mean, every show, you know, we're so grateful for people who come out, and that was like just such a special moment for us. We're like, wow, we're across the U.S. and like these people are just screaming every word. It was amazing.
Yeah, still to this day, I'd say put a second to Chicago. Salt Lake City is like our favorite place to play.
And
That's
here in
good.
Grant Park, you're set in Lolla today. And what's the rest of the year look like?
You want to take this? You want me?
So we're doing a tour in the fall. We're doing like B&C markets all around the U.S. So we're playing some cool shows out there, and then we're playing in Corona We're playing Corona Capital
Yeah,
Festival.
Mexico City. Yeah.
That's
Awesome.
going to be in November, and then we also have in Jersey. We're announcing something special soon,
Okay.
very
yeah,
soon.
Very
a little
cool.
hometown get together.
When people around the world ask you about New Jersey, what's the first thing that they ask you about?
Either
Anything like typical, like
A
Like-
lot of Jersey Shore stuff,
Yeah.
yeah,
and then they'll be like,
pork roll or Taylor ham, that's
Pizza.
classic.
yeah. They're like, is the pizza good? And we're like, of course, it's the best.
Yeah.
Sorry, Chicago. But yeah, it's mainly like, so it's like everyone kind of looked like Snooki out there, and I was like, do you see me? I'm.
There's a good portion.
We actually grew up in like the farmlands of New Jersey, so it's like a lot of Amish people live there too. So it's
Yeah.
like completely different than the Jersey Shore.
New Jersey is vast.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, you have, Monmouth and Ocean County, the Jersey Shore, and then you have
Yes.
Hudson County, and then Bergen counties, and then towards Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Beautiful land. So I think Jersey is,
It for such a small state. There's a
there's
lot,
a lot
in
to
it.
do.
Yeah.
There's a lot. I used to live down the street from Cake Boss.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
I used to see the line. Never went in, but I used to see that line every day going, okay, good for him. Well, the Happy Fits are here at Lolla today. They're going on tour. Super nice guys, and thank you so much for your time
Thanks for
today.
having us,
Yeah,
Brian.
thank you.
Yeah.
These are the Happy Fits.